I dare you to comment a Universe Mode challenge down in the comment section below. And welcome back to the channel, guys, and today I'm going to be going 15 years into the future on WWE 2K15's Universe Mode. Now, as you guys know how I start these videos off, I show you the current champions at the time of the start of the sim, if that makes sense. Brock Lesnar is your World Heavyweight Champion, Sheamus is the US Champion, the Usos are the Tag Champions, and AJ Lee is the Divas Champion, while on Smackdown, the only championship that is different in this sim is the Intercontinental Championship, which is held by Dolph Ziggler. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and simulate the first year. But guys, if you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button today, because one, is absolutely free, and two, you can unsubscribe at any point in the future. And can we hit 500 likes on this video? I think we can, but let's see if we can do it in one day. So year one's Wrestlemania card starts off with AJ Lee versus Paige for the Divas Championship, with AJ Lee picking up the win. We then have Bad News Barrett facing Justin Gabriel with Natalya as his manager. Interesting, but Bad News Barrett picks up that win. Jey Uso is battling Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship, and Dolph Ziggler picks up the win there. We have The Rock versus Curtis Axel in an Extreme Rules match, which is pretty funny to me, but The Rock picks up the win there. We then have Cody Rhodes facing Jimmy Uso in an Extreme Rules match, with Jimmy Uso picking up the win right there. Neville is battling Bray Wyatt, with Bray Wyatt picking up the win. And then we have a Falls Count Anywhere match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship between John Cena and Daniel Bryan, with John Cena winning. Now, to get that World Heavyweight Championship, John Cena did defeat Daniel Bryan, who defeated Roman Reigns, who defeated John Cena, who defeated Rey Mysterio, who defeated John Cena, who defeated Brock Lesnar, while the US champion is Rusev, and he defeated Sheamus for that right. We then had the Wyatt family defeating Ryback for the tag championships, and AJ Lee defeated Brie Bella to become the Divas champion again. While over on Smackdown, Dolph Ziggler has not lost the Intercontinental Championship yet. Mr. Money in the Bank is Seth Rollins, and he's yet to cash in. And the Royal Rumble winner was Sheamus. We're kicking off year two's Wrestlemania with AJ Lee facing Brie Bella for the Divas Championship, with AJ Lee picking up the win right there. We then have Bad News Barrett battling the Undertaker, with Undertaker picking up the win. Seth Rollins is facing Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship, with Dolph Ziggler retaining, I believe. Big Show is facing Daniel Bryan for the United States Championship, with Daniel Bryan picking up the win there. The WWE World Heavyweight Championship is not in the main event. It is Jericho facing Bray Wyatt in a Falls Count Anywhere match, with Jericho picking up the win. We got Mark Henry battling Dean Ambrose, with Mark Henry picking up the win. And the main event of WrestleMania, it's Kane versus Sheamus in a tables match, with Sheamus picking up the win. Jericho did defeat Bray Wyatt to become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Meanwhile, Daniel Bryan 11 defeated Kane 11 to become the US Champion. Nitro and Jericho are the tag champions. I didn't even know Phoenix Nitro was in this Universe Mode. Interesting. And AJ Lee defeated Brie Bella to become the Divas Champion, while Dolph Ziggler won back the Intercontinental Championship by defeating Seth Rollins. Sheamus won the Money in the Bank briefcase, but it doesn't seem that the CPU is going to cash in this Universe Mode either. And the Royal Rumble winner was Chris Jericho. Year 3 is here, and Paige is facing Naomi for the Divas Championship to kick things off, with Naomi picking up the Divas Championship. We then have Mark Henry battling Damian Sandow in a Falls Count Anywhere match for the Intercontinental Championship, with Mark Henry picking up the win. Roman Reigns battles Kane in an Extreme Rules match, with Roman Reigns picking up that big win. The Great Khali is facing the Undertaker, with the Great Khali beating the Undertaker at WrestleMania. Luke Harper and Eric Rowan are battling the Usos for the Tag Team Championships, with the Wyatt family picked up the win. I was about to say the Usos, even though I clearly see the Wyatt family won, but never mind that. Seth Rollins battles Daniel Bryan in the co-main event of the evening, with Seth Rollins picking up the win there. And then Batista faces Del Rio in a normal match, not for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, with Del Rio picking up the win. Interesting. So Alberto Del Rio is the World Heavyweight Champion. The title just wasn't on the line, and he beat Randy Orton to get that championship. Sheamus defeated Rob Van Dam to become the United States Champion. The Wyatt family defeated the Usos to become the Tag Team Champions, and Naomi defeated AJ Lee to become the Divas Champion, while Mark Henry defeated Damian Sandow to become the Intercontinental Champion. Mr. Money in the Bank was Bray Wyatt, and the Royal Rumble was won by Dave Batista. WrestleMania opens up with AJ Lee battling Naomi for the Divas Championship, with Naomi picking up the win yet again. We then have Sami Zayn battling Ryback in a submission match, with Sami Zayn picking up the win there. Goldust is battling Neville in an Extreme Rules match, with Neville picking up the win. Batista faces off with Triple H in a Falls Count Anywhere match, with the Batista picking up the win. I believe this is technically WrestleMania 34 too, so isn't that when that happened IRL? Or was that 35? I'm really bad when it comes to the WrestleMania numbers. Correct me in the comment section, please. We got Khali and The Undertaker running it back, with Khali defeating Taker yet again. John Cena battles Daniel Bryan here, with Cena picking up the win. And then Jimmy Uso is facing Daniel Bryan in the main event of WrestleMania, with Jimmy Uso picking up the win. So maybe in this universe, Jimmy Uso is where Roman Reigns was. Jimmy Uso is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, apparently. Kane is the US champion. He defeated Sheamus for that championship. The Brotherhood are the tag team champions, as they defeated Wyatt family for that. And Naomi defeated Natalya to win the Divas Championship. While Daniel Bryan won the Intercontinental Championship by beating Mark Henry, who beat himself. Bray Wyatt won the Money in the Bank briefcase yet again. And Daniel Bryan won the Royal Rumble. Year 5's WrestleMania opens up with R-Truth and Xavier Woods battling Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, with R-Truth and Xavier Woods picking up the big win. Naomi faces off with Brie Bella for the Divas Championship, with Brie Bella picking up the win. Christian battles Mark Henry, with Mark Henry picking up that win. We got Randy Orton battling Ryback, with Ryback picking up the win there. Mark Henry is facing The Undertaker. There's multiple characters and multiple people because of that, I think, Hall of Pain DLC that we got in the, I think that was it, or was it the one last match? Either way, I think it was both actually. Mark Henry battles The Undertaker, with The Undertaker picking up the win there. We then have the Brotherhood facing the Wyatt family for the tag championships, with the Wyatt family picking up the win. And John Cena faces Batista for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, with Batista picking up the win. Batista is the World Heavyweight Champion and defeated John Cena to get that championship. Sheamus defeated Kane to become the US Champion. The Wyatt family defeated Nitro and Jericho to become the tag champions, and Brie Bella defeated Naomi to become the Divas Champion. Meanwhile, Cody Rhodes defeated Darren Young to become the Intercontinental Champion, and Sheamus won the Money in the Bank briefcase, while Randy Orton won the Royal Rumble. And yeah, that was the Hall of Pain DLC. I knew I wasn't tripping. Year 6's WrestleMania kicks off with Nikki Bella facing Brie Bella for the Divas Championship. That's an awkward Thanksgiving dinner, but Brie Bella picks up the win. We then have Darren Young facing Bad News Barrett, with Darren Young picking up the win. Eric Rowan is facing Kane for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, with Kane picking up the win. Christian battles The Undertaker, with Undertaker picking up the win there. The Great Khali battles Triple H in a Falls Count Anywhere match, with Triple H picking up the win right there. John Cena battles Daniel Bryan, with Cena picking up that win. We then have a tag team championship main event of WrestleMania, with the Brotherhood facing the Shield, and the Shield pick up that win. So Kane defeated Phoenix Nitro to become the world champion. If I would have went into WrestleMania with the belt, that'd have been insane. Fandango is the US champion as he defeated Sheamus. The Shield defeated the Brotherhood to become the tag champions, and Brie Bella defeated AJ Lee to become the Divas champion. Meanwhile, Cody Rhodes defeated Darren Young to become the Intercontinental champion. Mr. Money in the Bank was Sheamus, and the Royal Rumble winner was Eric Rowan. We're kicking off year 7 with Phoenix Nitro facing Batista, and yes, that is a Kappa emoji on Nitro's armband. Batista does defeat Phoenix Nitro, but the US Championship's on the line up next, as Fandango's battling Big E for the US Championship in a Hell in a Cell match, with Big E defeating Fandango. We got Christian facing off against The Undertaker, and Undertaker picks up the win. I thought it was going to be Christian for some reason. We then have Brock Lesnar battling Neville in a submission match, with Neville picking up the big win. Kofi Kingston's battling Cody Rhodes for the Intercontinental Championship, with Kofi Kingston picking up that win. We then have Darren Young facing Seth Rollins, with Seth Rollins picking up the win. And then Kane battles Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, with Kane picking up that win. Kane, of course, is the World Heavyweight Champion by defeating Roman Reigns. We got Big E as the US Champion by defeating Fandango. The Brotherhood defeated the Wyatt family to become the tag champions, and Paige defeated Brie Bella to become the Divas Champion. Meanwhile, Kofi Kingston did defeat Cody Rhodes to become the Intercontinental Champion, and Sheamus won the Money in the Bank briefcase for the 3rd year in a row, and Kane won that Royal Rumble. Year 8's WrestleMania begins with Kane facing Santino Marella, with Kane picking up the win. We then have Dean Ambrose facing The Undertaker. That is lit, and Undertaker picks up the win right there though. Kofi Kingston battles Sheamus, with Sheamus picking up the win. Daniel Bryan battles Badush Damian Sandow, with Daniel Bryan picking up the win. Cesaro is facing Batista for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, with Batista picking up the win. And then William Regal is facing Seth Rollins. You love to see that, man. Rollins picking up the win though. We then have the Usos battling the Wyatt family in the main event of WrestleMania for the WWE World Tag Team Championships, with the Usos picking up the win. Batista did defeat Triple H to become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, while Kane defeated Fandango to become the US Champion. The Usos defeated the Wyatt family to become the Tag Champions, and Brie Bella defeated Paige to become the Divas Champion. While Batista won the Intercontinental Champion by defeating Sheamus. Mr. Money in the Bank is actually William Regal. And the Royal Rumble winner was Cesaro. Year 9's WrestleMania kicks off with The Rock facing Batista in a battle of the movie stars for the Intercontinental Championship, with Batista picking up the win. We then have Mark Henry facing Jimmy Uso with Xavier Woods at ringside, with Jimmy Uso and Woods picking up that win. We then have Mark Henry facing Kofi Kingston. What is up with this with Mark Henry facing somebody with a manager, facing Kofi Kingston with Sheamus as his manager, with Mark Henry picking up the win in that match though. Cody Rhodes, whoa, there goes Cody Rhodes, is facing The Undertaker, with Cody Rhodes picking up the win at WrestleMania against The Undertaker. Daniel Bryan is battling Brock Lesnar, with Daniel Bryan defeating Brock Lesnar. We then have the Usos facing the Wyatt family for the tag team championships, with the Wyatt family picking up the win, and the World Heavyweight Championship is on the line in a triple threat match between Goldust, Titus O'Neil, and The Rock, and Titus O'Neil wins the gold. Yesterday's video, if you did not see it, you got to go check it out, because on 2K14, Titus O'Neil was very fortunate there as well. So Titus O'Neil defeated William Regal to become the World Heavyweight Champion. Kane defeated Fandango to become the US Champion. The Wyatt family defeated R-Truth and Xavier Woods to become the Tag Champions. And Brie Bella defeated Naomi to become the Divas Champion, while Batista defeated The Rock to become the Intercontinental Champion. Sami Zayn won Money in the Bank, and the Royal Rumble winner was won by Sheamus. We're at year 10, and we're kicking things off with John Cena facing Jack Swagger for the US Championship, with John Cena picking up that win. Titus O'Neil battles Bad News Barrett in an Extreme Rules match, with Bad News picking up that win. Bray Wyatt's facing Seth Rollins in an Extreme Rules match, with Seth picking up the win. Sheamus is facing off against The Undertaker, with The Undertaker picking up the win there. Xavier Woods is battling Batista, which is very dope, because if you follow Up, Down, Down, you know Woods loves him some Batista. And they're fighting for the Intercontinental Championship, with Xavier Woods pulling out the win. We then have the Wyatt family facing the Brotherhood for the Tag Team Championships, with Cody Rhodes and Goldust picking up the win there. And in the main event of WrestleMania, we got Santino Marella facing Dean Ambrose for the World Heavyweight Championship, with Santino winning, of course. Santino did defeat Titus O'Neil to become the World Heavyweight Champion. John Cena became the US Champion by defeating Kane. We had the Brotherhood becoming the Tag Champs by defeating the Wyatt family, and then AJ Lee became the Divas Champion by defeating Brie Bella. Meanwhile, though, Xavier Woods became the Intercontinental Champion by beating Batista. Mr. Money in the Bank is Alberto Del Rio, with the Royal Rumble winner being Cesaro, which he didn't even get a chance to do anything with that Rumble win. We are at year 11's WrestleMania, and Tamina Snuka is facing AJ Lee for the Divas Championship. And as you can see clearly by what they are wearing, they used to be friends, but not no more. Love bites, and the Divas Championship goes to AJ Lee. Meanwhile, The Rock is facing Dolph Ziggler in a submission match, with Ziggler picking up the win. Jericho faces Bo Dallas in an Extreme Rules match, with Chris Jericho picking up the win there. You have Xavier Woods facing Sheamus in an Extreme Rules match, with Sheamus picking up the win. The tag titles are on the line as the Brotherhood, the Wyatt family face off against the Usos. I got Cody Rhodes and Goldust on my mind apparently, but the Usos pick up the win. We then have Damian Sandow facing Goldust, and Sandow picks up the win there. While in the main event of WrestleMania, it's Sheamus versus The Undertaker, with The Undertaker picking up the win. The Undertaker is actually the WWE World Heavyweight Champion and defeated Batista to gain that championship. Rob Van Dam is the US Champion, who he defeated John Cena to win that belt. We then have the Usos defeating the Wyatt family to become the Tag Champions, and AJ Lee defeated Brie Bella to become the Divas Champion, while Batista defeated Xavier Woods to win back the Intercontinental Championship. Mr. Money in the Bank is Adrian Neville, and the Royal Rumble winner was Sheamus. Year 12 is here, and the Big Show is opening up WrestleMania facing Jack Swagger, with the Big Show picking up the win. You got Naomi facing off against AJ Lee for the Divas Championship, with AJ Lee picking up the win there. Ryback is facing Bo Dallas, and I believe Ryback just won. We then have Dolph Ziggler facing The Undertaker at WrestleMania, with Taker picking up the win there. Nitro is on the card, and he's facing RVD, with Phoenix Nitro picking up the big win at WrestleMania. Love to see that, man. The Miz is facing off against The Rock and John Cena in a triple threat match, with The Rock picking up the win there. And then you got the Usos facing off against the Brotherhood for the Tag Team Championships in the main event, with the Usos picking up the win. Goldust is actually the WWE World Heavyweight Champion by defeating Jimmy Uso, which is pretty interesting given what happened in the main event of WrestleMania. Meanwhile, Rob Van Dam won the U.S. Championship off of John Cena. The Usos defeated the Wyatt family in a tag team championship match, and AJ Lee became the Divas champion by defeating Brie Bella. The Rock is the Intercontinental champion though by defeating Cesaro. Goldust won the Money in the Bank briefcase. Daniel Bryan won the Rumble. Year 13's WrestleMania opens up with AJ Lee facing Tamina Snuka for the Divas championship, with Tamina picking up the Divas championship. I believe that's a first. Mark Henry battles the Undertaker, and the Undertaker picks up the win there. We got Roman Reigns battling Eric Rowan, with Eric Rowan picking up the win. Dean Ambrose faces Daniel Bryan with Phoenix Nitro as a manager for some reason, with Dean Ambrose picking up the win. We then have Triple H battling Randy Orton with Triple H picking up the win. Cesaro battles Mark Henry and Ryback in a triple threat match with Cesaro picking up that win. And then in the main event, Jimmy Uso faces Randy Orton, who has Jey Uso as his manager, and Randy and Jey pick up the win. Is there some collusion between the Usos? Jey Uso is actually the World Heavyweight Champion, defeating John Cena to get that championship. Jack Swagger is the U.S. Champion, defeating Rob Van Dam to get that championship. The Wyatt family defeated the Usos to become the Tag Team Champions, and Tamina Snuka defeated Brie Bella to become the Divas Champion. While The Rock defeated Cesaro to become the Intercontinental Champion, and Titus O'Neil became the Money in the Bank holder. Titus O'Neil also won the Royal Rumble. Year 14 opens up with Phoenix Nitro facing off against Darren Young in a last man standing match, with Phoenix Nitro, ya boy, picking up that big ol' win. The U.S. Championship's on the line as Kane faces Big E, with Big E picking up the win. We then have Mark Henry and The Undertaker once again. They always seem to be facing each other in these universe mode sims at Mania, but Mark Henry picked up the win right there. The Rock battles Sheamus, with The Rock picking up the win. Roman Reigns battles Curtis Axel, with Curtis Axel picking up the win. We then have Rob Van Dam facing off against Randy Orton, with Randy Orton picking up the win. And John Cena battles Seth Rollins in the main event of WrestleMania, with John Cena picking up the win. John Cena actually defeated Jey Uso to become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Big E defeated Kane to become the U.S. Champion. Ryback won the WWE Tag Championships by defeating the Wyatt family, and Brie Bella defeated Tamina Snuka to become the Divas Champion. While over on SmackDown, the Intercontinental Champion is Cesaro as he defeated The Rock to get that championship. Mr. Money in the Bank was Daniel Bryan, and the Royal Rumble winner was Seth Rollins. Year 15 is here. This is our last year, our last WrestleMania, and it opens up with Tamina Snuka facing AJ Lee in a Hell in a Cell match for the Divas Championship, with AJ Lee picking up that win. RVD then battles Batista in a submission match, with RVD picking up the win. Ryback battles The Undertaker, with The Undertaker picking up the win. Jack Swagger battles Big E in a Hell in a Cell match for the U.S. Championship, with Jack Swagger picking up that win. Dean Ambrose battles Ryback in a Falls Count Anywhere match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, with Ryback picking up the win. The Miz battles Damian Sandow, with Damian Sandow picking up the win. And Phoenix Nitro main events WrestleMania on the last year, facing The Rock for the Intercontinental Championship, with The Rock picking up the win, man. You couldn't let me go over in my own video, Dwayne, really? The last World Heavyweight Champion was Ryback, and he actually defeated Phoenix Nitro to get that honor, so I feel pretty special, I ain't gonna lie to you. The U.S. Champion was Jack Swagger as he defeated Big E for that honor. The Shield won the tag titles as they defeated Ryback for that championship. AJ Lee won the Divas Championship by beating Tamina Snuka. The Rock won the Intercontinental Championship by beating Rob Van Dam. Dean Ambrose won the Money in the Bank, and the last Royal Rumble winner was Alberto Del Rio. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was what happens when you go 15 years into WWE 2K15's Universe Mode. Let me know in the comment section down below, as I said at the top of the video, if you got any Universe Mode challenges, let me know, and we'll run through them. But as always and forever, thank you for tuning into the video, and as always, take it easy though, guys. Peace!